Hello.
Helen.
I'm here.
Don't do it. I'm starving to death.
Oh, baby.
My commissary still won't work.
It still didn't work?
It still didn't work.
So, do you remember the unsinkable Molly Brown? Well, I'm calling this young woman the manipulative Molly Duncan. Her name is Molly Elisabeth Duncan. You might remember back in April, I did a video about her. Back then, I called her the nasty nanny, and maybe YouTube didn't like that, so I'm going to be even more cautious about what I say in this video. Anyway, this 25-year-old Molly Elisabeth Duncan is a trip.
Well, the whole point is to get used to eating it so your tummy can't.
But my tummy doesn't like it.
She was once a nanny in Ohio. Thank God she's not a nanny anymore. And she's been moved around Ohio, one jail to another.
That fall on your dad and I. And you. And you.
I know.
Okay.
You keep telling me this.
Okay, Molly. You know, I'm a mom.
Okay, but you don't need to keep telling me this.
Okay.
I just went through this.
I know, sweetie.
You don't need to keep telling me this.
Okay. Listen, Molly. We'll just back up a little bit. You know, you're dealing with a lot right now, and we're feeling it too. So I love you, sweetheart.
I love you too.
Okay, I love you very much.
And I have been tracking Molly's case ever since. It's a horrible case, and thank the good people of Ohio, they've sent me 36 of her jail phone calls. Now, previously, they gave me her horrible arrest affidavit. I've linked to that below, and I've linked to the 36 jail calls I put over on my Plunder body cam videos channel. I finally got them all listened to, all published. It's an interesting study in psychology.
And they took your strap?
And they said you can't use that strap as a hair tie. So one of the nice, kind black women is going to braid my hair for me.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Isn't that nice?
It is nice. Because, yeah, it's just not fair.
No, I can't even keep my hair in a ponytail.
No, and I know that you almost always have that.
Well, I am.
But Molly was arrested back in March 2025, for some horrible crimes against the children in her care. Now, we'll talk about those phone calls. We'll kind of go over snippets of them. Calls with her boyfriend/fiance, her mom, her dad. We'll talk about them soon. But I keep thinking, imagine finding Molly. For example, you're a parent of some toddlers. Maybe you want some date nights or whatever. You find this beautiful 20-something-year-old woman in Ohio. You trust her to watch your toddlers, for a few hours? I don't know how long she watched them. Perhaps Molly decided, I can't get in her brain. Maybe she decided babysitting wasn't paying enough and decided she needed another way to fund her lifestyle of luxury. I don't know. She doesn't get into that part of it, of course, on the jail call, even though she's made some admissions to police. Maybe money wasn't her motive. Perhaps she wanted to get close to unsuspecting parents of really young children. I'm talking children who are young enough that they can't tell their parents what happened. You know, parents come home from date night or wherever, from a movie, dinner, whatever, celebrating an anniversary, who knows? You know, parents are encouraged to go out. But their children are so young, they can't tell them, Mommy, the nanny did this to me or that. Maybe that was her plan. We don't know. It's just strange. Maybe it struck me as strange finding a woman in this position. Although we know men, women alike can all perpetrate crimes just as horrific as the next one. But imagine you're that parent and you discover she hasn't been kind to your kids. She's done some unspeakable things. And I'll just say she created videos of those unspeakable things. And then she sent those videos to other people. Some of those people may have requested them. Some, it may have been unsolicited. So that's what I want to keep in mind. Everyone mentioned In all these documents that are straight from the court or the prosecutor's office, wherever I got them, everyone mentioned is innocent until proven guilty. Even Molly Duncan. These are just charges. Charges do not equal convictions until there's a conviction, even though they claim she confessed to some of this stuff. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty. All these people speaking with Molly that we're hearing snippets of, for example, her boyfriend, her mom, her dad. Some people at this church, I probably won't play that maybe here, but you can hear all the calls. All these people may have had no idea of what Molly was accused of doing. And even the church Molly mentions often, she talks about going there for prayer. She's like forcing her boyfriend to go there. You'll hear, even when he's had like all these teeth worked on at the dentist and his mouth is swollen, you can hear it. He talks about it. She even forces him to go to this church while she's in jail to pray for her. You'll hear her manipulative ways. Boy, I've listened to a lot of it. But the church, her parents, none of these people should be conflated with Molly.
Yeah. I've been praying. I've been trying to eat the food that they give me, even though it's disgusting meat slop, and I vomit when I try to eat it. It's vile.
I can only imagine. You haven't eaten meat for such a long time.
Yeah.
No one should contact her parents, her boyfriend. It's very limited here. I don't say her parents' names or anything. Anything mentioned here, don't go after these people. Don't even go after Molly. I always like to give that caveat because in YouTube, some people get a little, I don't know, maybe vigilante justice or something, and let the courts play out. Let the Lord handle it.
No, and I'm praying and 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 praying.
I'm hoping now that you've been there a little longer, you have your prestige, and it's less of a shock factor. Maybe you'll be able to get some sleep tonight.
Especially there's this one man whose Snapchat handle is mentioned in the documents, which I won't mention his name, but he's still out there on Snapchat, and I'm thinking this man could be totally innocent. No one should assume just because Molly sent him these crazy videos of kids, it doesn't mean he requested them. And I think he immediately deleted them. So I have to put all these caveats. If you're on Snap and someone sends you some crazy video, that doesn't mean you requested it. And your knee-jerk reaction might be to delete it, report it to police. But anyway, let's get started. This is the downfall of Molly Elisabeth Duncan. You're going to hear her excuse for her actions towards the end, but let's start at the beginning according to court documents. So, as far as court documents go, this is kind of where it all started. On March 13th, 2024, it's late, it's 10:20 p.m., Molly sends a picture of a minor female to, quote, Alex Parker. Now, of course, in my last video, I said that's probably not his real name. People use all these fake names online because they know they're doing the wrong things. But I think over the course of this playing out, we figured out who this man is and what happened to him, his arrest. Now, April 22nd, 2024, it's almost 7 p.m. Another photo was sent by Molly to Alex showing the minor girl, and I'm just not giving details here. If you want to read the affidavit, you can. It should come with a trigger warning because it truly is, it's disgusting, and it has me thinking of these victims. Oh boy. Okay, so move forward almost a whole year later. Now, cops, of course, they didn't find, I believe, this info until later. And then they kind of retroactively maybe went back and dug up what Molly was doing. I think some people think because they're using Snapchat, the stuff is like gone or it disappears, it vanishes right away, where that's not necessarily the case. Almost a whole year later, Tuesday, March 25th, 2025, Snapchat thankfully reports Molly. Her username used to be Molly D0303, her birthday. She sent 15 separate child files to another user. I'll just call him that. Oh, this is the part that's, if you read the affidavit, this is the part that always gets me, that nearly makes me want to cry thinking of this toddler. Molly wrote on the description of the bottom of the Snapchat video, she keeps saying done with some kind of emoji. That part shows me Molly did not have compassion or care for this little girl. The little girl was saying done. She knew enough to say done. I don't like this, and I'm not going into details on purpose. I will only just say it involved a toothbrush, and that's enough to say. It's horrific to think about. The girl was saying done. Okay, March 25th, 2025, same day, I think it was just a little bit later, it's 8:08 p.m. Alex starts replying to Molly, and he's like, wait, did you delete me from Snapchat? Because I don't see you on friend list or anything. And Molly replied to him, nope, Snap deleted me. So at some point they were in contact over Snapchat, Molly and I guess maybe more than one man. This Alex guy is not the guy in Colorado, whom I hope they have caught too once we get into those details a little bit, that Molly was communicating with. Okay, they had moved, I guess, from Snapchat to Telegram. Isn't it interesting how a lot of weirdos are on Telegram doing horrible things? So Molly is telling him Snap deleted me. Now the very next day, March 26th at 5:14 p.m., Molly said, I can't permanent ban. I can't, I guess, get back in touch with you or whatever. Alex said, bummer, why did you get the ban? How are you dealing with the ban? Okay, Molly replied to him honestly. She said, terrified for my life. I am living in constant fear now.
I don't know when it'll be. I don't know what my fate will be.
Molly was living in constant fear because she knew she did the wrong thing. Instead of taking care of these children and, doing what a nanny does, whatever, cleaning up after them, playing with them, changing their diapers, having an innocent heart, taking care, good godly care of children, she was exploiting them and sending the videos off. Even though Molly says she's terrified for her life, living in constant fear, just about an hour and 15 minutes later on March 26th, she sends Alex another picture of the same girl. Then, the next day, Thursday, March 27th, 7:43 p.m., Molly said to Alex Parker, they're at my house, the police. So everything Molly feared came down on her.
Heart, which makes you so incredibly special, is your heart.
I'm in so much pain, Mom.
I'm sorry, honey. I wish I could take it all away. Molly, I wish I could make
emotional,
it.
physical, all the pain in the world. I'm in all the pain, and I don't deserve it.
She'd been doing this stuff at least a year. If you get into reading the actual affidavit, her plans are diabolical. This is one of the first time, starting, I think last year, I started hearing about cases where people literally express that they plan to have their own brood, I'll call them, their own babies, their own brood, their own family, not just because, they want to carry on the family line, they like children, well, they like them in the wrong way, I'll say. Either people are adopting children with nefarious plans, or like Molly, discussing having children, and the details she gets into. She had it down pat by age. She found some guy, in Colorado who claims, I'll just call him a daddy, and he has all the same types of proclivities that Molly does. So they wanted to have kids together, and at certain ages, they would introduce them to certain things. Again, I can't get into details, but it's so disgusting. I was thinking, only the enemy can come up with certain things, stuff that won't even enter our minds as just regular people wanting to be parents or having raised kids, just really disgusting stuff. But she had it down pat. Age this, age that, age this. The little girls will be just like me, like the S word. So many things I want to say. I feel like I can't on YouTube, but thankfully all these agencies, God bless them, internet crimes against children, all these things, I think they got a tip, or somehow they got a tip maybe from Snapchat. So thank God for users like going over and looking at the stuff people send. It's one thing, it's like, oh, there's a pretty photo, or there's a funny video, and then it's like, whoa, wait, look at what Molly's sending here. She finally got caught. I don't know how long this had been going on, but stuff had been going on for at least more than a year.
They skipped breakfast?
I didn't get breakfast. The breakfast was just meat slices and slop, and literal slop, like slop, and meat slices and slop.
But
that
you
was what it was.
the commissary, you can order different food or like a different
Yes, but the lady Dawn, who is another inmate here, told me that if you don't order it by noon, on Wednesday. It doesn't get delivered until the next Thursday.
So finally, March 27th, 2025, Molly was originally booked that Thursday at around 7:30 p.m. You know, the time might be a little off because 7:43 p.m. she's telling Alex the police are at my house. So maybe she wasn't booked yet. She was eventually booked in the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Office. Whew, once she was booked there, eventually she started making a whole bunch of phone calls, and that's what we'll talk about before we talk about what else happened to Molly. She was in there about 10 days, I believe. I was trying to track it because I don't have dates on all these 36 calls. That's why they were all out of order. You know, the naming convention wasn't there. I sorted them by name, hoping that would be kind of close to consecutive, but it wasn't.
Is your mom worried about me?
She is, yes.
Does she know anything?
No, I mean, not the specifics. She knows the general idea of the fact of where you are and what's going on, but none of, like, she doesn't know anything about why you're there or anything like that.
But that's fine. Yeah, tell her I love her, okay?
I did yesterday, but I'll tell her again.
Yeah, tell her again.
I will.
Tell her I'm sorry that I haven't told her that enough. And she's like my second mom, and I value her and appreciate her and look up to her, and I love her.
So she's making all these phone calls. March 27th, she's booked on a Thursday. April 1st, she was supposed to have her initial appearance at 8:30, but it got pushed back. Her parents went through a lot. I kind of feel very sorry for her parents. Her mom is the exact same age I am, and I was thinking, oh my Lord, sounds like they have a lot of responsibilities. Her dad and mom went out of their way to get Molly the best attorney in the city. You will hear them mention this RJ attorney.
They have your dose messed up.
Yes, even though I've written it down for them like 5 fucking times.
Molly, you don't have to use profanity.
I'm upset.
And it looks like Molly has a big team of lawyers and they're putting forth an interesting defense. But let's talk about these jail calls before we continue with the timeline. She's in there March 27th, 2025.
All I want is a pillow. All I want is a pillow for my head.
You don't even have a pillow?
No.
You just sleep on a flat sheet?
Yeah, everyone does.
Molly is immediately throughout all of these calls very self-focused. You know, once they finally get through, her parents are, putting $125 on her commissary and there's a problem. She can't log in. Her dad is hiring her the best lawyer. She's talking about, a panic attack. She has the nerve to talk about suing the jail.
Because we don't want you to have a public defender. We want you to have R.J. Budway.
I know.
So he was okay. So right now, I don't know why they would want to take away your Bible. I thought that a female counselor gave you the Bible.
No, another female inmate gave me the Bible who didn't feel a need for it as much as I need it.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I've heard that isn't the best jail, I guess, in the world, but Molly only seems contrite a few times throughout all 36 calls.
We're going to start today as a family, and we're just going to move forward.
I know, but I'm spending my whole life, I promise. I will be the best caretaker, okay?
Yes, we're just going to, you know what,
I will be the best daughter to you and Dad. I will be the best wife to Dylan. I'm telling you this in God's name from my whole heart, okay?
Okay. So,
I will be the best daughter. I will be the best child of God. I will be the best wife. I will be the best mother. I will be the best pastor. I will be the best lady I can be. In the name of God. Okay.
In the name of God, amen.
Amen.
What's most disturbing to me is Molly talking about wanting a baby. Now, she talks with her boyfriend. You'll hear him throughout the calls. And she really gloms onto him. And she's just like, oh, I want to get a tattoo. I want to tattoo your name on my right cheek and your initials on my finger or whatever. She's really glomming onto him.
Mm-hmm.
And I love you so incredibly, with my whole heart and soul, with every ounce of my being. I love you.
I know you do, and I believe you, and I love you too.
And then she's like really manipulating him. Like she was worried that he would be mad at her. He wouldn't speak to her anymore. But she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm going to be the best girlfriend ever. And someone left a great comment on my Body Cam Videos channel. They talked about Molly being very performative. And that's what she does sound like. You'll hear her go from baby talk to angry talk and emotions all over the place.
I just have been begging them for a Bible, please, a Bible. Please get me a Bible, please. I need a Bible. I've even had panic attacks about it, for Christ's sake. Like where I've been like, I need a Bible, I need a Bible, I need a Bible, I need a Bible. I've literally been like that, and they literally don't care.
You'll hear her talk a lot about her vegan diet and just all this jail food and how they are starving her.
I can get like the sides off the meat tray that are possibly plant.
Okay.
Like if there's a slim chance that they are plant-based, like there were tater tots tonight that didn't have meat in them, and I ate those. I scarfed them down. I prayed for them, and I devoured them. They were delicious to me, and they weren't even that good, honey.
Yeah. Well, you're starving.
I've never been more hungry in my life.
She has an interesting dreams. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on.
And all night I was terrorized with evil dreams, Mom. All night I was terrorized with disturbing dreams of people trying to kill me.
Molly, honey, you're going through withdrawal, sweetie. So your body is reacting a lot, and you're under a horribly stressful, situation.
The main talk that disturbed me is anytime Molly mentioned with her fiance or boyfriend, I don't know if he's even asked her to marry him, she's just like pressuring him and telling her mom one thing. That's how manipulative you can see people when they talk to different people and how they try and, convince them of things. She's telling her mom, this guy and I really want to be married. And then she tells him, my mom, gave us their blessing that I told her we want to be married. We want to have kids.
Actually.
Okay, so she knows that you still don't have food.
Yes, she knows. She actually said that she would bless our relationship and marriage.
She would what?
She said she would bless our relationship and marriage.
Aw, well, that's really nice of her.
She's never said that before. Maybe eventually you and Dad will bless that relationship so that Dylan and I may get married, because that is what we want.
I understand.
We want to be married. We want to be married together, okay?
Molly, we all are being strong for you, and Dylan is a part of that.
And you can't tell me, don't think about that right now. I'm thinking about everything. I'm thinking about everything right now. I'm thinking about him. I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about my family. I'm thinking about leaving. I'm thinking about being closer to God. I'm thinking of everything. I'm thinking about being closer to Him. But I'm thinking about that. I'm trying to think of happy things. I'm trying to think of happy stuff like having our first child and getting married. I'm trying to think of that. Think about that.
Well, right now,
happy. It's getting me through this.
Anytime Molly mentions having children, it's like that in my soul and spirit, because I'm like, I've read what she had planned to do with the kids she had with her Colorado daddy. Molly talks about her dreams in one call where she was like Ariana Grande and she was this famous vegetarian and these two women were following her around, and I was thinking, was I one of those women? Molly probably didn't expect me to be reporting on her because it is very difficult to find info on Molly.
I had another dream. Oh my God, I had another dream that I was I was famous for only a second.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, but I got to see myself as basically what I would look like if I was completely modified Yeah, I got to see myself.
Edited you, Phil?
What?
Like completely modified? Like, what do you mean?
I just looked kind of like a hybrid of myself and Ariana Grande.
Okay, so kind of like you had a Sims creator version of yourself.
Almost. Not really. No, I didn't look like a sim at all. I didn't look like
Well, I don't mean like a Sim. I just meant like you were able to, the traits were tweaked.
I just looked different. I looked like, like a celebrity. Like I looked different.
And Ariana Duncan, Molly Duncan.
Yeah, and I had like a person or two following me who were like my people. They were like another lady or two following me everywhere I went.
Like, not like paparazzi, like, what's the other word?
They were like my protectors. They were like my ladies following me everywhere I went. I'm not sure what the purpose was, but they were following me everywhere I went.
Interesting. So they were like, kind of like combo guards, mega fans.
Sort of, yeah. Oh, that was an interesting dream. I don't want to forget that dream. That was a really cool dream. It didn't last very long, but it was very cool. I got to see myself in several mirrors as I walked about, like this mansion place, and I got to see myself in several mirrors, and I got to like walk out of a salon. I got to walk out of a salon, and I got to it was cute. It was a cute little dream just for a little bit.
You know, I found initially her court documents, that affidavit, then it was sealed, whole nother thing going on there. Now it's like I can't find her on Vine link anywhere. I'm still trying to track down the body cam videos of her arrest. Some things get very hush-hush, which of course I don't mind. You know, we walk a fine line. I'm like, Lord and Jesus, never let my reporting or my digging ever get in the way of justice. I don't ever want to impede justice, but I do want to find all the court documents like I keep doing and express them to you, because neither do I want things to be hush hush. I don't want things to like fall by the wayside and, you know, Molly gets some kind of sweetheart deal. And my whole goal is children. Children should be protected. Whew, you'll see if you read everything she's accused of. But yeah, certain calls Molly's telling her boyfriend, I can't wait to be the mother of your children. She complains a lot about her own health issues. She's claiming the jail isn't giving her the correct dosages of her medicines. And okay, maybe that's true. I don't know. They keep telling her, wait, you'll get to talk to your attorney on Friday or whatever. It's like, does Friday ever come?
You know, a lot of this is going to depend on what they have. So, and RJ is going to go in there and he's going to ask, what do you have? Okay, and a lot is going to depend on what you can give him.
Yep.
She does hint at certain things that she's done. She says, I have no desire to go back online. I'm not stupid.
I want them to know that I'm not online anymore at all. And wanting to dedicate my life to you and the Lord.
Well, don't worry. Your dad already has the best attorney in the state working on it. I don't remember his name, but you know him.
I know. How are the bunnies?
They're okay. Plunder, True Crime Audio.
Yeah, Sweeney's in his cage right now. Bella's out.
Mommy, take good care of them for me, honey.
Of course.
Lots of love for me, okay?
Yeah.
And they are not giving me my medication because I feel like I'm dying.
They're not giving you your meds?
No, they're refusing meds. They're refusing water, and they're refusing blankets.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She doesn't straight up confess maybe the types of things she confessed according to the arrest affidavit, which says Molly confessed to making those horrible videos. She didn't say, oh, someone did this, or someone set me up, or someone pressured me, or that's AI, or, she said she created them. And then she goes on to complain about the jail showers. It's just like this journey.
But you did it anyways?
Yeah, the shower was really gross, and
Was the water at least room temperature?
the water was boiling hot.
It was actually warm?
No, boiling.
Oh, well, I mean, that sucks, but I mean, I'd take that over freezing.
If you listen to Molly, all these jail calls, you'll see, like, she went in on a Thursday or whatever, and she didn't take a shower, I think, for like 8 days. And then people on the phone, her boyfriend or whomever, is like, maybe just take a shower. That might relax you. Once she finally takes a shower, she complains, it was so hot. They assumed, oh, was the water cold, Molly? No, she's like, it was so hot. Boiling. It was just a button and you couldn't even adjust the temperature.
But they don't give you shampoo or conditioner.
But I mean, just getting some water in and out and drying off will probably feel good.
I don't want to catch a head cold.
Oh, is the water not heated?
No.
Oh, dang.
And then she's talking to her mom and she's like, well, I had no shampoo, no conditioner. Like she thinks she's going to the Ritz or something. Like this bed and breakfast is horrible. Like that's what she reminds me of.
I'm not going to wash my hair.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not going to wash my hair. I'll get a cold. I'll get a head cold. I'll get a head cold. I don't want a head cold in here. I can't be sick in here too.
No, definitely not.
Like I can't be sick, have a sore throat and a head cold. No way.
No, you're right. That's fair. Well, if you're not going to get your hair wet, the washcloth will probably be enough to get your body dried off.
That's what I'm thinking.
But she's saying her hair is falling out. And believe me, I have compassion for people who truly suffer. So I don't want to sound flippant. I'm never one of these people, when someone's arrested, someone's accused, I'm never one of these people who says, oh, just throw him in there and bury him under the jail or rot in hell. I never say that kind of stuff. I still have compassion for a soul because I'm hoping that soul can be rehabilitated, changed somehow. That doesn't mean they're getting out. That's not what I'm saying. But they still can be saved for Christ. You guys know in the Bible, Jesus says, look, when I was in the hospital, you came to visit me. When I was in prison, you came to visit me. And the people would say, when did we do that? And he said, nevertheless, you did this for the least of these. You did it to me. So I always take that verse to heart. This is not me looking down on any kind of incarcerated inmate. I always say, but for the grace of God, it's not me up in there for some reason. But Molly takes it over the top.
But I can tell.
Yeah, you can tell it's thinning a little bit.
I can tell it's thinner. Yeah, it's been falling out massively.
Well, it's a lot of things. One, it's stress, and the other one's you're not eating. You're not getting vitamins.
It's been like the worst physical symptom is that my hair has been falling out in masses.
Just the crazy amounts of stress.
Yeah, my hair is falling out like alopecia.
It's okay, baby. I know that's freaking you out, but it'll grow back.
I know. It's like not noticeable. Like you won't be able to be like, you're not going to be like, oh, she's bald. Like you're not going to know, but like I can tell.
She's complaining about the hot jail showers and, oh, Mom, I only had a bar of soap. I didn't have shampoo and conditioner. It's like, okay, fine.
Hello, Molly, I'm here.
Hi, Mom. I took a shower. It was really quick and bad, but it was the worst shower of my life.
Oh, honey, but you got a shower.
Yeah, it was the worst shower I've ever taken in my life.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm so sorry.
I thought the water would be cold, but it was actually scalding hot. It was so hot, it was hard to stand under.
Oh, were you able to change the water temperature?
No, you can't change the temperature.
Oh, my gosh.
You can't change the temperature, and it comes out
real hot?
Real hot.
Oh. Were you able to wash your hair?
No, I did not wash my hair because they don't provide shampoo or...
Provide shampoo?
Or conditioner, no.
Oh, no. Okay, well, let's hope we can get your commissary.
No, let's hope that I'm out of here tomorrow and I can come home and shower in my own shower.
I know, Molly. RJ is going to do what he can. Okay? He's going to do what he can. But I'm glad you got a neck-down shower then.
Yes.
Do they provide you with soap?
Bar.
Soap dispensers?
A bar.
A bar of soap. Okay, a bar of soap is better than nothing. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, when I was a kid, that's what we had. We had bar soap.
I know.
There was not liquid soap.
I know. You didn't have liquid soap yet.
Yeah, so at least you had soap to wash your body. So were you given a time limit? If you have 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
No, but the med cart came when I was still showering.
Oh, no.
And everyone went back into their cells, and I'm like, no.
No, okay, well, listen. You need your meds for today.
I did take them. But I'm so upset about that. I told them that my hair has been falling out a lot, and more and more and more. Hopefully that stops when I come home.
Yeah, get some proper hair care, or at least a brush.
Oh, yeah, I haven't brushed my hair in 9 days.
Yeah.
Oh, my hair's falling out massively, massively. You know, she always has this inflection that's like she should be a Shakespearean actor or something. She complains a lot about the food. She claims she's being starved. She claims her hair is falling out, like basically after a week or so. And it's almost like, okay, yeah, I don't think inmates should be starved. I think they should be given their proper medication, which of course that can help regulate their moods. It can take time to figure these things out, but she's being very selective.
Yeah, and when I see you, I want Laffy Bear. I want the biggest hug from you. I want like a blueberry vape. I want my coffee. You know my order. I want a smoothie too. I want a coffee and a smoothie. I want both. I want like a pulp smoothie and a coffee. And then I want to go home with you and be home for a little bit, and then I want to go to, like I said, I want to go to Cheesecake Factory, and then I want to get my nails done. I want to get my body waxed.
And especially the food thing. Now, I get it. She's, I guess, vegan, not vegetarian, and she does claim to have certain allergies. But there's one point where her boyfriend was like, wait, you can eat eggs. You've eaten that before.
So sorry you're dealing with all of this, Fluffy, though. I know you were saying you refuse to eat, but please, if there's something edible like eggs or something, please try to eat it for me.
No, I'm not. I'm allergic to eggs and I'm allergic to milk, and they know that. And I've said that over and over again. I'm allergic to eggs. I'm allergic to milk. I don't eat meat. I'm allergic to eggs. I'm allergic to milk. I don't eat meat. I haven't eaten meat since I was about 15 or 16 years old.
I mean, that's fair, but I mean, eggs at least you should be able to eat without regurgitating them. Like, you've eaten dairy products that used them before without an issue. Well, at least I've had a big issue.
Still, I'm allergic to eggs and milk, hon.
I know you have, like, the mild reaction, but I know you can eat them. I've seen you eat eggs before.
I don't feel like my body can tolerate them right now, hon.
Yeah, but I think it's better than nothing. Eat a small piece and
No, honey, I am okay if I pass out in my cell. They will be liable.
So some of the stuff, you know, it feels like Molly's putting on. I keep thinking about her victims every single time she's complaining about something.
I don't know what kinds of stuff they have. I'm hoping you can get some food you can eat. Did you eat it all this morning?
A few pieces of iceberg lettuce, that was it.
Yeah, that doesn't even have calories.
By a few pieces, I literally mean like 3 or 4 small pieces. That was it.
If her boyfriend claims he's seen her eat eggs before, well, then she can probably eat the eggs in jail too, but she claims she's allergic to certain things. Oh, certain things she tried to eat, it made her violently ill. Violently ill.
Oh, sweetie.
So even though it was labeled, it literally was written veggie on there, and it was delivered. That was delivered, yeah.
Do you think it was like a veggie patty?
No, they told me it's not. It's definitely meat. Don't eat it.
But if it was labeled veggie, would it be veggie?
No, they told me it was definitely meat. Don't eat it.
Who told you not to eat it? The people delivering it?
The people delivering it told me it's definitely meat. Don't eat it.
Oh, honey.
You know, she claims she fell and hit her head like she's fainting and hit her head on the wall and nobody will come get you. And some of that stuff could be true, but hearing Molly say it, it doesn't sound necessarily true.
Oh, honey.
Do you know how agonizing that is to see everyone else get their food first and their medication first and what they need first, and I am the very last person every time?
Oh, honey.
I'm at the end of the alphabet every single time. I'm B23. It goes B1 through B23, and on B23 I'm at the very end.
There's one jail call I finally found. I published it as jail call number 14. I finally discovered that's probably the first jail call with her mom and dad. And she sounds like a little kid.
Jesus is with you, honey.
I know.
Jesus suffered, and he died for our sins.
Mm-hmm.
He died for all of us.
Yeah, and Dylan and I are going to start going to church regularly, and
well, that would be wonderful.
There's a lot of talk, of course, of prayer. Again, there's a talk of a certain church, which may not be affiliated with Molly at all. So I know nothing about this church. I've never been to this church, but Molly says she's in so much pain at one point. She claims she doesn't deserve it. You know, her mom's trying to lead her in the Lord's Prayer. Oh, she goes off about, I had a panic attack when I got here and I just need a Bible. I was screaming for a Bible. And that made me feel good in terms of the times I've brought Bibles into jails, and unfortunately the process has gotten a little bit more difficult. But with Molly, is it all for show? I hope not. But she's so interested now in church and the Bible, and has the nerve to say to her fiance or boyfriend, you didn't lead me in this. Oh, she wants to be a female pastor. The way she says it, like, I want to be a female pastor. I know what I want to be now. I want to speak to the masses. The masses. Just the way she talks, I'm like, oh my goodness.
and I will be patient and loving towards you, but I told my dad I have new calling. I don't want to be a therapist anymore. I want to be a female pastor.
I think you'd be a very good female pastor.
I want to be a female pastor, and I want to speak to the masses. I don't want to speak one-on-one. I want to speak to the masses. I want to have a whole church congregation, and wherever that takes us is wherever that takes us.
So she said she was freaking out. She was freaking out when she first got there in Cuyahoga County. She wanted a Bible. She was having a panic attack, screaming, Bible, Bible, I need a Bible. These people won't give me a Bible. Someone gave her a Bible. And then she's like, they don't let you take it out of your cell. She likes to hug it. She wants to hug the Bible at night. Her mom leads her in the Lord's Prayer because Molly can't remember it. Oh, here it is. My one quandary is that you haven't been able to lead me in the faith. And she's saying, you know, she's been basically praying to God that her boyfriend would get closer to God or be led by God. And she's saying, maybe it just needed something terrible to happen. Oh, it's so manipulative to me.
I know it does.
That means the world to me. Like, that is the world. That is my one quandary with you, honey. That is that you haven't been able to lead me in my faith. And that is the one thing I've been praying for. I'm praying for that you would come around to that, and that God would lead you that way. And maybe it just needed something terrible and awful to happen, I guess.
That's the perfect word for her, manipulative. Now, granted, God does use horrible situations. He can turn things around for the better. But these children didn't need to get harmed for Molly to grow closer to God or her boyfriend to grow closer to God. I hate when people manipulate scripture, spirituality, God that way.
Cheesecake Factory, okay?
Cheesecake Factory? Yeah, we can do Cheesecake Factory. You want your black and salmon?
No, I don't even want that. I want a salad, honey.
You want a salad? You just want veggies?
I want a salad because I am so deprived of,
a salad and a fruit cup?
I want, fruit and veggies and, I want shrimp.
I know it sounds terrible, but it's only, by next Friday it'll have only been a week. It's horrible what you're going through, but you can make it. It's 1 week. You can do this.
I'm almost done.
Yeah, you're more than halfway through.
I'm more than 2/3 through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope
I pray for it for you.
I hope so too, but my little small list of desires has gotten higher. It was just that I wanted my nails done. Now I want to go to Cheesecake Factory with you, which isn't a crazy thing, but I do want to go to a nice lunch or
you want to have a nice, baby,
I want a meal. I want a
you're eating
meal.
prison food.
I want
it
to
makes
be
sense you'd want good food.
I want to be waited on and have a meal with you and be served and just live normal life. And I want to get waxed. I am so fucking hairy. It's disgusting.
Yeah, but maybe that's a blessing right now. A little bit extra fur on the legs for warm.
No, my arms, my legs down there. I want it all gone. I am feeling worse and worse by the hour without my medications. I am feeling all over my body, the Mysumbri. I need the Mysumbri. I need the SNRI. I need the mood stabilizer. I'm starting to have severe brain zaps. They are also starving me. There's also word that they're going to take away the Bible that I got from another inmate yesterday. I told Dylan if they take away this Bible, I'm going to lose my mind. I'll give it to them kindly. I'm not going to protest or anything, but I'm not doing anything. I'm being very level-headed. I'm praying, and I'm praying, and I'm praying. I'm doing what Dad said. I even tried to eat the dinner last night. Guess what happened? They lied to me. They said it was plant-based. Guess what happened? Your daughter was sick as a clam all night long.
Oh, darling.
Violently ill. Throwing up. Heaving, constantly going back and forth between hot and cold, trying not to pass out. I'm trying to stay alive in my cell. I'm trying to not fucking hit my head and die in there. Because if you just hit your head, no one's gonna come for you. No one's gonna come for you. If you just hit your head and pass out in there and are bleeding in there, no one will come for you.
Molly, have you asked for medical care?
I am constantly asking for medical care, and they are constantly denying me medical care.
She's talking about her food allergies, her guinea pigs, her rabbits. Her mom is like, we haven't shared anything with anyone else. And I always find that ironic because it's they know these calls are being recorded. People know a lot of prison phone calls, jail phone calls end up on YouTube these days. It's like shouting from the rooftops. But Molly was concerned about, okay, who knows about, this? And she's asking her boyfriend basically does your job know it's an emergency? What's going on? She acts like everything was done to her. She's this perpetual victim. And that's a problem for me. It's easier, I believe, to minister to people when you go into the jails who have the ability to look at themselves. And I can imagine how rough it would be staying there. I can't imagine. But Molly turns into this infantile little girl voice at certain times, and she's telling her boyfriend, I want you to give me a bath. I want you to bathe me. I don't even want to stand.
I want you to give me a bath.
Give you what?
Give me a bath.
A bath? Give you a bath?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can get you cleaned up, baby.
I don't even want to stand. I want you to bathe me.
So everything is when she gets out, she wants, some coffee, probably Starbucks. She wants pulp, a smoothie. She wants a double fishy meal.
I wish I could do something to just get you some food.
Me too. I'm so hungry. It's not fair that everyone else gets food, yet because I am plant-based, I have to starve.
I'm praying for you too, baby. I need you. I need you to stay strong, and you need calories for that.
I know. I need calories, and I'm not getting any.
Oh gosh, yeah, we're gonna get you all the snacks.
Yeah, I want McDonald's right away, and I want a smoothie, and I want coffee. Fishy meal. I want the double fishy meal, and I want them to give me extra fucking pickles and extra fucking onions.
Oh yeah, all a couple of pickles. We'll just get a couple of pickles and onions.
I want like a whole cup of them. And a large Coke.
You gotta have the Coke.
And a large fry that they better not skimp on. And if they skimp on it at all, I want you to go back inside. And ask for more.
With extra effing onions and extra effing pickles and large fries, and they better not skimp on those fries or else you're gonna go back. I'm like, oh my goodness, woman, can you get a grip on reality and just put things in perspective here? But Molly, at one point, she's like, yeah, I was talking to, she's talking to her mom. This is how manipulative she is. Instead of asking her mom outright, if I get a bail, will you and dad pay it? She's so used to, I guess, being taken care of. And then she's going to flip on her parents too. Molly is telling her mom, oh yeah, I was talking to the social worker and she talked to me the longest because I had more to say. But I told her, yeah, I think my parents will be happy, to get me out of here. And I think my parents will pay the bill.
I don't care. And she said, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow? And I said, I think my parents will be happy to support me to get out of here. They will pay the bail or whatever, And she said, do you think they'll be able to come? I said, probably.
Your attorney's going to be there. We won't be there tomorrow, but your attorney will be there tomorrow.
Then she goes on and on again to complain more about the meals. One of the meals might have been written veggie on it, like she complains about, I guess it's in a styrofoam tray or whatever. She complains about it saying veggie, and then someone told her, like, oh, don't eat that, it's not really veggie, it was some kind of patty. She goes off about, oh, I've had 3 pieces of iceberg lettuce.
Yeah, it sounds like they're just trying to placate you.
Oh, they lie to me constantly here. They you don't know what to believe. They lie to me left and right. I don't know. I don't believe anything they tell me here, honey.
Yeah, well, next time food comes, you gotta eat whatever's not meat. You gotta try and eat it. I know you're
I'm not eating until I leave here. I'm not eating until I leave here. I'm not eating until I leave here.
Well, if you gotta eat something.
No, I'm not eating until I leave here.
The rice that's totally unseasoned, but I ate it. And even when she talks to her dad, she gets weird too. Like, I'm trying, Dad, I'm trying. And her dad was trying to tell her, just get a little exercise in, maybe try and do some exercise. And she's like, Dad said, I tried to do some exercises, but then it's like I was gonna faint.
Exercise if you're strong enough, even if it's stretching.
Even if it's a little bit. I just am so weak. I try to and I can't. I try to and I start to collapse.
Oh, honey.
Like I try to do anything. I try to do squats. I try to do jumping jacks, and I get like lightheaded and I can't do it.
And they're trying to get her to eat her family, her boyfriend. And she's like, oh, I had 3 pieces of iceberg lettuce, or I had 7 pieces of iceberg lettuce and some rice. And, they're like, well, try and eat. You got beans on your tray. It's almost like, look, beggars can't be choosers. You're not going to necessarily get some fine vegan meal in the Cuyahoga County Jail. Certain jails might have more vegan meal choices than the others, but she should be grateful she has parents who are calling her, who are paying for these calls, parents who figured out the system, parents who, Lord knows how much of a retainer her dad and mom put down for that attorney to fight for her. Now, granted, Molly does say, I'm going to spend my life paying you back. I'm going to spend my life. She's so with these absolutes, all the hyperbole.
I put my hands over my eyes and I said, I love my daughter's eyes. I put my hands over my mouth and I said, I love my daughter's voice. And I put my hands over my face and I said, I love my daughter's face. And I said, I put my hands over my heart and I said, I love my daughter's heart.
I love you, Mom.
I love you. So, you know, a lot of this is going to depend on what they have. Okay, I love you, Molly Elisabeth.
I love you too, Mom. Bye for now.
I'll bye for now, honey. Be good, be good.
I will.
I know you will. I know you will.
I love you, and I wish to be the best daughter for you.
I know. Well, I want you to take this time to think. Okay? I'm sure you have been thinking a lot.
Of course.
So don't tell me what you're thinking about. Just use this time to think and reflect. Okay? On, you know, everything that's happened up to now. Okay? And think and reflect. Okay?
Yeah.
All right? And try to breathe deep. Focus. Try to medicate.
I am.
Just,
I'm meditating, I'm praying, and I'm stretching and working out.
Yeah, stretch and work out. You know what I mean? Try and stretch whatever you can do. You know what I mean? Push-ups, sit-ups, leg lifts, jumping jacks. If you can do it, just if you don't, if you have room in there, just try to get some cardio so that you can work up some stress. That'll help.
I'm so weak. I'm so weak. I try.
I know.
I'm so weak. I'm so weak.
Yeah. You haven't eaten. Yeah.
I feel like I'm dying.
Well, you gotta try to eat a little something, what they give you, whatever it is.
Yeah. I am.
Yeah. Try to eat a little. Drink. You know what you do? If you can eat a little bit of whatever has protein in it, right? Try and eat a little bit and drink a lot of water with it. That will help cushion your system a little bit, okay?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Yeah, okay, honey.
She is so bratty. I'm sorry. This was the call that really made me angry. There's a later call somewhere in there, you'll see it, where Molly gets the good news. I dubbed it jail call number 19 if you're looking for it. I said, I'm sorry, she's such a brat. Again, Lord knows how much money her dad put down for this big-time attorney, whatever her parents had to do to secure him. And apparently this guy, her team, was able to get Molly bail so she could get out of this hellhole, this horrible place, she calls it, with the vile, disgusting food. And she calls some of the people nice, but some of them are just so horrible. Can you believe the way they spoke to me?
Do not let them push you over the edge, honey, okay?
Oh, they're trying, Mom. They're trying to defeat me. They're trying to be evil. These women who work here, they are evil. They are evil.
Okay, well, Molly, unfortunately, you know this from past experience. There are not all good people in this world.
If you ask, they say, I don't know what the fuck this is.
That's how they speak to you?
Yep, that's how they speak to me. And I'm so kind to them, Mom. I'm so kind to them, all of them. I'm a sweetheart to all of the jail ladies. And the ones that, some of them are kind back. A lot of them aren't, but a few of them are kind back and are like nice to me, but most of them aren't.
Okay.
But yeah, this is when I got my breakfast this morning. I said, what is this? And they said, yeah, I don't know what the fuck this is.
That was their answer to you?
Yep. That was the young lady's answer. She was probably about 21 years old.
Okay. Your dad is here right now. He's in the bedroom with me, and he's leaving for work.
Dylan's leaving to go to Flint.
Yeah, he just wants to tell you something real quick.
Okay.
You're seeing RJ tomorrow.
I love you, Dad. I'm being brave. I'm being strong. I'm being courageous. I'm being fearless. I'm
going to call today and figure out why your commissary won't work, because it's supposed to have $125 on it, okay?
Yeah, and they're saying they're going to take all your money, Dad. They're saying it belongs to them now.
No, I know. Don't listen to that bullshit, okay? RJ Budway's involved. Okay, that's not going to happen. So let me call the jail. He said, call today, and who's in charge of the commissary, and we'll figure out why it's not working. They may have your PIN wrong. They may have the last four of your social in there wrong. We'll figure it out. Okay, I'm going to call when I get to the office. Okay?
Jail people told me, oh, you can only order on Mondays.
Now don't listen to what they say. Okay, let me get it. I'll figure it out, and I'll tell Mom what it is, and when you call Mom next, Mom will tell you. Okay, honey?
The jail warden, told me that. The male warden told me that.
Okay, her boyfriend's trying to tell her, yay, you're getting out of jail today. Okay, this might have been sometime around Friday, April 4th. If I'm counting correctly. She's been in jail 9 days. She's made 36 calls. That's like 4 calls a day. Some inmates don't get to make any calls. Molly's like, I can't believe some of these women would rather just stay in their cells instead of come out and talk to their family. Then she's like, oh, maybe they don't have family to talk to. Yeah, some of them don't want to pay for these calls or put $125 on their books. And she's just so like, oh, Mom and Dad, no, they stole your money. That's it, just because she couldn't figure out how to log in and none of the pen combinations or whatever she was trying, I don't know how to do that. None of them were working. She just tries to hype people up and manipulate people. She gets herself so hyped up. She's talking to her boyfriend and mom and everyone like, they stole your money. It's just gone. Like she's trying to hype them up to get as angry as she is. But sometime around Friday, April 4th, apparently, she had a hearing that morning. She didn't get to talk to her attorney, but they did their job. Her lawyers got her a bail. Obviously, Molly was able to bond out, thank God for her parents, getting her out while they decided what to do with her case, right? Her boyfriend's like, you're getting out of jail today. He's been listening for 9 days to all these complaints. Everyone's been listening to Molly's complaints, but they're trying to warn her, okay, Molly, you're going to be under some pretty heavy restrictions. You might have to go live with your parents, which is reasonable. She starts going off. I can't stay with them. I can't stay with them. I can't stay with them. It's just so ludicrous. Why can't I stay with you? She's asking her boyfriend.
Molly, I love you, my dear.
I love you so much, and I'm sorry for being a bad daughter.
Honey, I want you to be careful what you say.
No, I just needed my life. In my whole life, I feel like I haven't been a good enough daughter to you and Dad that you deserve to have.
Molly, we love you.
And I know you love me. I'm not bad. I know I'm not a bad person. I just feel like I have constantly, and I tell Jenny this, I constantly feel like I don't live up to you and Dad's wants and expectations for me. I know I'm not a bad daughter, but I'm sorry for hurting you and Dad. That's all I'll say. I'm sorry that I've hurt you and Dad over the years, and we know this. I've hurt you and Dad. I've made choices that have done harm to you and Dad, and that you haven't agreed with. And I wish to make good choices in Lord's name, and I wish to make righteous choices. Okay.
We need you to make good choices, Molly, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ.
I don't want to move back into your house. I'm sorry.
Well, Molly, we're not discussing that right now.
I need to leave with Dylan.
Right now, Molly, you have limited choices. Okay? And when I say limited choices, I mean that your life is going to change. It already has.
I know.
All right? So you may not have choices what happens next.
I know.
So you just need to be strong.
I know.
Okay? And Dylan's hands are tied to a certain extent, too. Okay? But we are trying to be supportive and work together and be compassionate and give you what we can right now, because we can't be there with you.
that you're here in my heart and spirit.
Yes, I am. And then no one can ever take that away. And that will never change. Never, ever change.
We might not have a choice in it, but as horrible as that might seem, you have to think it's better than jail.
Yes, but I can't stay with them.
I know. We'll face that when
I
it
can't
comes
stay
to.
with
We'll
them.
wait
I
till you go home.
cannot. I cannot stay with them.
Like I said, baby, I don't know how this works. I don't know if you or they will have a choice in it. So we just have to wait and see. But the main thing to focus on is you're getting out of jail today. You're going to be able to eat food.
I can't stay with them. I can't stay with them.
Molly, we'll figure it out. I just don't know how this works. Don't get too worked up about it and in your head about it. We just don't know yet.
I can't stay with them.
She's ranting about these parents who got her this high-priced lawyer. I don't know what she has against her parents. She says some stuff that, I don't know, it can't be corroborated. Only they know. But she's going off about them being a big baby. Like she can't even say, thank God you got me out of here. And she's weird. I mean, I hope it's legit about her wanting to be closer to God. But it's really weird the way she talks about wanting to be this big female pastor talking to the masses, and it's very strange. And her relationship with this church. Obviously, she was baptized there, she claims. She's visited there. But she has this weird relationship, and you guys know, I love the church, capital C, Christ Church. And I have a local church I love. I visit great church. But Molly seems to have a weird relationship, like, are you going to the church? She tells her mom goes there. During one of the calls, you hear Molly call. Molly's mom said it was the perfect time. Molly's mom said she felt the touch of God. They were praying and all that stuff. I get it. If you're sick, the Bible says go to the church. Present yourselves to the elders. I love God's church, especially, of course, good churches that are spreading his word, doing the right thing. But Molly is so weird about it. At one point, her boyfriend has I forget, 6 teeth. 6 teeth he's getting worked on. So he had a half a day at work. He was leaving early so he could go to the dentist and get 6 root canals, something crazy. She's so concerned about, well, are you still going to stop by the church? So this man goes from, I guess, his dentist's office to the church just to sit there. I think she wanted him to go find a pastor. She acts like you have to go to the church. I don't know what this is about her.
I didn't, actually. I mean, I kind of left work a little earlier. I left at 11:30. Well, no. What am I thinking? It wasn't between work. It was after my thing because my face was hurting. So, yes. I don't know why I'm so confused. But, yes, I went after the dentist appointment.
Okay. How'd it go?
It was fine. I didn't really talk to anyone because half of my face was numb. I just kind of went in and I sat and I prayed. But my left side, I couldn't close my mouth all the way because I had fillings there on the top and bottom done, so we injected the numbing stuff into the top jaw and lower jaw, so I was pretty much just dead face on the left side.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
It's okay. I mean, it was numbing and stuff. It didn't hurt. It was just weird.
If I can't go today, I'm going tomorrow.
No,
okay?
please go today. Go today.
You want me to go today?
Go
Okay.
today.
Okay, I will promise you then I will go today for you.
Go today. Tell the pastor who I am. Tell him I know who he is. Tell him I've been to his congregations before. Tell him I'm friends with Dana Perusik. Tell him I've been baptized by Eric, Pastor Eric there. Okay? Tell him everything I just said.
I will tell him everything that you just told me.
Goodbye.
I'm fine, baby.
Can you go to Friends before work?
I should actually be able to.
Can you leave right now?
Yeah, I just gotta get up and grab my clothes. So yeah, I'll try and get to Friends really quick.
Can you go now and pray for me?
I will. I will pray for you. I gotta be at work early today. I have to leave at noon. Today's my day to get my face drilled. No, baby, that's the thing. They won't. In Ohio, they don't have to provide you with vegan meal. So it would just be refusing the food.
Is that how the law works?
I think in Ohio they're not required to provide vegetarian options, but I'm not 100% sure.
Hey, do you want me to let you go so you can get ready and go to Friends?
I'm getting ready to go as I talk. I don't need to hang up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you just want someone to go?
I just want someone to go for me and pray with the pastor there. For me.
Yeah.
For me, yeah.
Sure, I'll talk to him.
And
Well,
I feel like it should
well,
be her.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten. I know you want someone there to pray for you.
I want her to pray. Obviously, she can't say anything what's going on, but I want her to pray with
Don't they have an early service?
What?
Don't they? They probably have an earlier service. I might be able to just go before work. I'll just look into it, but I'll let your mom know either way.
Yeah, I want my mom to go. I want her to pray with the pastor, because he's like always there.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he's always there. Pretty sure he like lives there. So I want her to pray with the pastor.
Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to pass that along. I'm sure she'll do that. And if for some reason she thinks she can, I'll make sure I go and I talk to him. I know what I can do, but wait, that's Sunday. What am I thinking of?
No, I want this tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Oh, do they have a service tomorrow?
No,
Or is
they
it
don't
just
have
there?
service. They're just always there.
Oh, okay.
They just are always
Well, in that
there. They're just always there.
All right. Well, maybe I'll just stop on my way into work anyways just to see, and I'll let your mom know.
It's not a bad idea, honey.
Yeah.
It's out of
But
the
I'm more than
direction.
happy to.
It's the opposite
That's what I'm
direction
glad
of
to hear.
work, but
I mean, that's fine. If it's early enough, it doesn't matter. It just depends when the church opens. Churches usually get rolling early. I'm sure 8 a.m. is not too early for them.
I want her to speak to the pastor. I don't know what his name is, but he's been there for a few years. He might even know who I am. He might even know who I am. I want her to tell them that I knew the pastors from before. I knew the pastors from before.
1 minute left.
1 minute left.
You know, through Jesus, anyone can talk to God. But with Molly, she was just like, you gotta go to the church and pray for me. She's telling her boyfriend, her mom, and her mom went there. Her mom spent hours there. Her boyfriend stopped by, even while his mouth was all swollen. He's like, I couldn't really say anything, but, you know, I went there, and he like sat for a while. And even at one point, another call. It's early in the morning. You can tell he's asleep. He's sleepy. And she's like, well, can you leave early and go to the church? Like, it's just very strange to me. Don't get me wrong. I've had some very powerful experiences in church. I mean, one time our bishop, he prayed. It was like, he said, you know, be ye ever filled. That one verse where it's like, be ye ever filled with the Holy Spirit. And he believed God's word. He closed that Bible. And he said, whoever wants a fresh filling of the Holy Spirit, come up. I went up and I just had this amazing experience. Like God took me down to my knees and I really believe I saw Jesus. It's hard to describe, you know, with your spiritual ears. And I was begging God for a $30,000 scholarship and for the screenwriting fellowship. And I stood up but before that I said, God, do whatever you want with me. And I went straight down on my knees. People splayed out around me, didn't hear a sound. This really big guy next to me. I stood up. I was pregnant with my daughter at that time. And it was 2002. And I stood up and I heard God say, it is yours. And there's been other like visions, so many things God has given me. This is nothing against, you know, that fellowship, that corporate worship. I believe there is power. The Bible says, you know, do not neglect the gathering of yourselves together. So there's nothing I'm saying about don't go to church. What I'm saying is God can meet us wherever he desires. through Jesus. That's all I'm saying. But Molly has this weird relationship with telling people, go to church. So one morning she was like, do you think you have time to stop by church? Basically she's telling her boyfriend to go pray with me, to go pray for me. She thinks people have to go to a physical church maybe to pray for her. And she's just like, you don't even hear Molly ask others very often, how are you doing? How is your day going? What did you have to do for that bail, Mom and Dad? Or, it's just like, go to church, pray for me, blah, 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 and let me complain about this food for 15 minutes. Anyway, I got so done with her. I put the remaining calls, like number 22 through 36, into one big video because I'm like, Molly is just too much. She's complaining about the vegan meal. She's like, oh, I look cute. And in another phone call, she's like, I look cute. She has 8 cornrows in her hair. And then she complains about not getting the promised peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And she really talks about, I want to get wax. I'm so effing hairy, it's disgusting. She talks about all the food she wants. Her dad answered the phone once, and then he's like, look, here's your mom. She doesn't talk to her dad often because but he does become emotional during one call. It's really nice.
Dad, when I see you, I'm going to give you the biggest hug I've ever given you in my life. And I'm going to give you the biggest hug ever, like I'm your little girl.
I know, honey. I know. Listen, just stay strong, okay?
I'm staying strong.
Are working hard to stay strong.
Please tell Dylan I am sorry that I've hurt him, okay?
We told him.
Okay. And he knows how much I love him.
Yes. I'll tell him.
You can even tell him I'm planning to do something. I'm planning to tattoo his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I am wanting him to know on my booty. I want him to know that is his.
Molly, I understand. That might not be the best idea, honey.
I'll do it on my finger. I'll do it on my finger as a wedding band. I'll do it as a wedding band. So he knows.
That stuff much later, honey.
I know. I'm not worrying about it right now. But when that time comes, I'll do that.
But she's like, Mom, I'm dying in here. Oh my goodness, they're also starving me. And she talks about they might take away her Bible. And she's like talking about a lawsuit. I think we should sue because they've denied me my medications this long. Again, not making light of anyone in jail or anyone, I believe in due process. I believe in people having their rights. So I'm not one of these people who's like, just throw them in jail, throw away the key. I believe the whole process should play out and people should get food and they should have religious freedoms and whatever. But her mom is trying to explain to her, we don't want you to have a public defender, not any old lawyer. You're going to have RJ, the best in the city. Basically, she talks about Molly's having these evil dreams with people trying to kill her. The women here are evil, the women who work here. Anyway, one of the women following Molly around in her dreams, she was like, I was like Ariana Grande. And 2 women were following me around. And I was thinking, yeah, were those 2 women kind of like reporters or YouTubers like me, just trying to track down your case and present it, Molly cried about not being able to work out and exercise, and she's telling her mom, go today to this church. Tell the pastor who I am. That just smacks of some kind of narcissism or something. She's very self-focused. Tell him I know who he is. Tell him I've been baptized by this one pastor. So it's good. If it's true, if Molly really had attended this church before, if she had been baptized by the pastor, but obviously something was missing in connection with the Word of God, if she was doing what she had been accused of doing to these children in her care. Again, she's talking about telling her dad she wants her boyfriend's name tattooed on her booty so he knows I'm his. It's like Molly feels the need to overcompensate, like she's been caught. If you read the arrest affidavit, and I don't know who had read it, of course, by then, but she wants to glom onto her boyfriend like, oh, he's forgiving me? Okay, well, let's get married. Let's have babies. You're mine. I promise you. I'm sorry. I'll be the best girlfriend ever. I'll be the best daughter ever. I'll be the best mom ever, wife ever, whatever she's saying.
I just want you to know I'm so sorry that I have hurt you over.
I know. Don't even worry about it.
And that is all I can think about in here.
But don't. know that for all of it, I forgive you, and God knows I've made my own share of mistakes in our relationship.
Not like I have.
But I forgive you.
We will come out of this stronger.
Yeah, we're going to be strong, and I'm going to be strong for you. It's going to be okay.
You tell me in honesty, have you cried for me?
That I prayed for you?
Have you cried for me?
I have, actually. The night you were taken is actually the first time in probably 10 years I genuinely cried. It felt really good and really terrible at once.
We just gotta both keep praying.
Yeah, and I will be praying.
I'm gonna be pregnant as soon as I can.
I can't wait.
I think that would be a blessing of wonderful, wonderful creation, and something for me to dedicate myself towards that is positive and righteous and good.
Well, we will look into that once we get you home.
When I'm home and safe, I want to get your name on my finger. I want your initials, and I want your full name on my right booty cheek. I love you forever, honey. I love you, and I will be faithful to you. I will be good to you. I will have your name on my body to prove that.
Oh, you don't have to pat yourself, but I do love you.
I will do it. I will do it.
She thinks getting tattooed makes her his. Now, I understand tattoos. I'm loving tattoos. I don't know if God approves, but I hope I have Jesus is the way tattooed. This tattoo obviously doesn't make me saved. What Jesus did on the cross for us, dying, makes me saved. Believing that and confessing that with my mouth and believing it in my heart, and that he died and God raised him from the dead. But, you know, her dad is like, I don't know if that's a good idea, getting this tattoo. Everyone's kind of like, slow your roll, Molly. But she's just like, time is moving so slowly in there. She's hugging her Bible. I'm trying to get flexible for you, honey, she says. This is the hardest trial of my life. She thought being in the mental health ward was hard. This doesn't even compare.
This is the hardest trial of my life by far.
I can only imagine.
I thought being in the mental health ward was hard. That doesn't even compare. Oh my God, I thought that was hard. I thought that was torture. I thought that was bad. Like, oh my God, that was blissful compared to this. That was bad. That was bad. This is literally torture. They are literally trying to murder me. They're trying to murder me here by denying me my medications.
The meds I'm very upset about, especially the Mycembry, but actually more the antidepressant, because it's that they even took them from you, which means they have them.
Now, some of this talk might end up helping her defense later, but I don't know if it'll fly. She's saying, no, this is literal torture. Slop food. She says, one nice, kind black woman is going to braid my hair for me. So I can kind of see how they're out of order, because she talks about the braids in her hair during a different call. But she talks about, being in a mental health place previously in her life in the mental health ward was blissful compared to this jail. So she's giving us clues, and maybe we understand why people are kind of walking on eggshells around Molly. But her dad is telling Molly, look, I put $125 in there for you. Molly's immediately like, a Bible's $25. So he's just like, get whatever you can to eat, you know. Look, we'll put more in there. Her parents are very kind to her.
They won't let me bring it outside of the cell for some reason, but I can
So at least
keep it
while you're in the
cell.
cell, you can read?
I mostly am hugging it like a stuffy.
Oh.
Because I need something to hug. I need, I struggle without like lavender.
I know.
And like,
Lavender's been taken care of. Don't worry. She's ready to see you.
And there are points where Molly does feel contrite. Of course, she doesn't mention her actual charges or allude to children or anything in terms of her crimes. But they talk about church and strong prayers, and Molly does say, I'm sorry for being a bad daughter, and her mom is always like, wait, watch what you say, and she's just, no, I mean overall. And then she finally tells her mom, I don't want to move back into your house, I'm sorry. I need to be with my boyfriend. And her mother's trying to tell her, you have limited choices. And she'll see how limited her choices will get after this. She talks to her mom again. Her stomach is hurting. She had a little bit of peas and carrots. She's not getting anything special there. She's not always getting all her 3 meals.
I just wish there was more I could do for you.
yeah, I'm starving. I'm starving to death.
Yeah, no, it's way too long to not eat anything, babe. But like I said, next time they bring you eggs or something that's at least not straight meat, you gotta try to eat it.
Or yesterday, I think for dinner, there was something I was able to eat. It was mixed peas and carrots. That was the only thing I could eat on there.
At least that was something.
Yeah, it was a really small amount, but the other things were like, I could not eat the other things.
Oh, gosh.
She talks about when she first got there, she had an accident using the bathroom on herself because I guess she's incontinent. She's just like, do you know how humiliating that was? In here with all these criminal men? I like the things she says. And she's like, I'm a sweetheart to all these women. I'm a sweetheart to all the jail ladies. And I was such a sweetheart when I asked one of them, like, what is that breakfast? And she claims the person's like, I don't know what the F that is. And she's like, can you believe they talk to me that way?
Why was my dress soaking wet? Because they kept giving me water. And by the time I got to the jail, I said, can I please use the restroom? And the people said to me, no, that's not up to us.
Honey.
No, that's not up to us.
You need to tell RJ this.
They denied me. They literally said, no, that's not up to us. That's up to the jail now. I asked the police officers who brought me in, can I please use the restroom? Like, I really need to use the restroom. I'm incontinent. Can I please use the restroom? No, that's not up to us. That's up to the jail now. That's exactly how they were. They had no empathy. No empathy. And then when I had an accident, everyone was disgusted and was berating me.
Molly, you can't help it.
They were like, what's wrong with you? Why would you do that? Why didn't you tell us? They were yelling at me. They were yelling at me. Yeah, it was females. Mm-hmm. Calling me disgusting, saying, why didn't you tell us? I said, I did. Why didn't you say something? I did. I said I had to go.
Of course, honey. I'm sure you told them.
And they yelled at me. They called me disgusting. They said, what is wrong with you? I said, I've been raped. I'm incontinent.
Audio.
Well, meanwhile, there's all these men here watching this happen. Do you know how humiliating that was?
I'm sure it was humiliating, honey.
All these criminal men here in their handcuffs. And meanwhile, I'm also in handcuffs. I can't do anything. I can't go anywhere. I'm just in handcuffs in a chair. And I told the people I'm going to have an accident in this chair, okay? I need a restroom. Well, they just said no. Because I had the worst accident ever when I got here, like everywhere.
Oh,
It was so bad. And then they berated me. Like, I asked them if I could use the restroom. They said no. And then I had an accident, and then they berated me for having the accident.
oh. Well, that is crappy, because I do know that isn't something you can control.
And they won't give me my medication, even though I haven't taken it in days. I feel sick to my stomach. And no
You
food
took the
water either.
Yeah, the antidepressant you took, just the day before yesterday? You said you did take that last night, but you haven't taken the other meds.
No, I haven't taken the other meds in days.
So Molly apparently took a shower the day before she came there. It had been 8 days at one point since she bathed, since last Wednesday, so I'm sure that was just her choice. So she finally got her shower. She complained about that. She couldn't wash her hair. Of course, the water's too boiling hot. It's too scalding, boiling hot. You can't adjust it. They don't provide shampoo and conditioner. Her mom was like, let's hope you can get commissary, the kind of, toiletries, the stuff you can get to clean yourself. And Molly's like, no, let's hope I'll be home tomorrow and I can shower. And she's complaining about mean jail ladies getting violently ill. And when she always twists things around, like when her parents or her boyfriend's like, well, just try and eat a little something. They're like, can you pick around the beans? I know there's meat around it, but can you pick around the beans? She's like, well, I tried that, what you said, and I got violently ill. She was talking to her mom. Do you want that to happen again? It's like people who are trying to care for her, they don't want her starving. She's making it seem like she's literally dying in there. And so they're like, look, Molly, just eat what you can. What kind of patty was it? Now, I get it. People have their stances, so I'm not saying vegetarians and vegans should turn into these carnivores. But they're trying to kind of tell her, Molly, look, if you're not getting vegan meals, just try and eat what you can and, eat a little bit of this or that, even if it's not what you would prefer. And then she just is so dramatic about, I did try to eat it and got violently ill and I'm passing out from a lack of calories and I've had 3 pieces of lettuce and...
I'm going to try to bathe later today.
Okay.
Even though I don't want to.
Are they telling you have to?
No.
Okay.
I haven't bathed in
It's been a week.
Last Wednesday.
Okay, well that's
It's been 8 days.
8 days since you bathed.
Yeah.
So
I took a shower the day before I came here.
I understand.
I actually did shower the day before. Dylan and I think we showered together.
When they bring you dinner tonight, try and eat it. Just try, sweetie. That's all I'm asking.
That's what I did last night and got violently ill.
I know. Just try.
You want that to happen again?
Or see.
They're forcing us back.
She wants to go to the store with her boyfriend. She had a dream. And she's like, and this has happened before, too. She was at the grocery store with her boyfriend. She asked him for a $2 balloon. And he said, no, that was too expensive.
Honey, if I come home today, in a few hours, will you leave work?
Yeah, I would probably, if you got home in a few hours or were able to come back, I would probably leave work early so I could visit you, yes.
I stopped on and off, of course. I don't sleep well here. No one sleeps well here, I guess. But I had a dream that we went to the grocery. You and I were at the grocery store, and this is something that has happened before. And I asked to buy just a balloon for $2, and you said no, that's too expensive.
At one point, she says, I'm not eating until I leave here. I told them I am plant-based and they are abusing me. They're intentionally starving me and they've laughed at me. They've laughed at me. They think it's funny I'm starving and dying in my cell.
I've been telling them since I got here I am plant-based, and they have not. They are abusing me. They are abusing me left and right. They are intentionally starving me here because they think it's funny. They've laughed at me. They think it's funny.
Oh, baby, I'm so sorry.
They've laughed at me. They think it's funny. That starves me. They think it's funny that I am starving and dying in myself. I am not kidding. They've laughed at me when I have begged for my medication, when I have begged for my food, when I have begged for the Bible. They have laughed.
I believe it. Some people are just bad people.
Most of them have laughed in my face.
I'm so sorry.
They are evil. This facility is evil. We need to pray that God delivers me from this evil, vile, wretched place.
So this is the point too where she's like, can you go to this church? Can you leave right now? She's whining about, oh, I don't have a pillow in here. I'm going to really need a chiropractor more than ever when I get out. It just sounds like she lived a kind of really pampered life. You know, I saw, of course, I won't say her parents' home looked nice. I won't say addresses where Molly lived. The apartments in the pool and area, it looked really nice. I don't know if Molly did anything else besides being a nanny, and obviously she didn't do that well.
Yeah.
And at least
So much
one more
pain.
day. RJ will be there tomorrow.
My body hurts so bad. My neck, my head, my whole body hurts. I need that chiropractor when we get out of here.
Oh, yeah, I want that too, real bad.
I need it more than ever.
I bet. Being stuck on that flat bed all the time.
Yeah, no pillow. Sleeping in a hard concrete cell.
So at one point they have less than 24 hours to go. Her mom's like, look, you know, your lawyer's working hard for you. She's like, I haven't brushed my hair in 9 days. You know, she's telling her boyfriend, this has stripped me of my humanity. And I could not stop rolling my eyes.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Oh yeah, it's completely illegal what they've done to me.
No, the prison system is broken.
It's completely barbaric and horrendous and evil. Maybe not illegal, but it's completely horrendous and barbaric and evil and malicious.
It is.
And malicious what they have done to me. Straight up evil. Corrupt.
Yeah.
And they laugh about it. And they laugh about it. And when they brought me my breakfast this morning, I said, kindly, miss, what is this? I don't know what the fuck this is.
Wow.
Like, I can't even understand you when you fucking talk to me that way. I don't know what the fuck this is. That's how she spoke to me. I don't know what the fuck this is. She might as well call me a dumb bitch, too.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Well, at least, I mean, it's something tiny, but I'm happy at least got some peas and carrots.
I'm like so nice to them. I'm like, kindly, miss, what is this, please? I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, they're so mean to me for no reason. But I'm so nice to them. I'm so nice to the jail people, to the jail ladies.
I believe it.
I'm so nice to all of them. To all of them. I'm so nice to all of them.
Oh, I can't believe. I'm just so sorry all of this is happening. I'm praying and hoping and just ready to hear some good news.
Yeah, or else I don't know what's going to happen. I truly can't. I truly can't live in here, honey. This is not a livable place for Molly.
No, it is not. But you're
like, I'll survive till tomorrow, but after tomorrow, this is not a livable place for Molly.
No.
This is not somewhere Molly can stay for several months.
No. God.
Mine feels destroyed. Like it's gonna take me a few weeks to recover from this, honey. I hope that's okay.
I don't expect you to be
I
already
hope that's
getting
okay. I'm not gonna like bounce back and be able to find a job in like 2 days. And I know my dad and like
relax.
Your parents
Everyone
might be like
No.
wanting that, like, or my dad might want that, or your parents might want that, but like
No, ignore that, and no one has that expectation. No one thinks you're gonna come out of this and just be like right back to yourself. They understand this is hard.
Like, this has stripped me of my humanity completely. This has stripped me of my humanity, honey.
I know. I'm so sorry.
It hasn't stripped me of my faith. My faith is still strong.
She acts like she has been thrown in jail for absolutely no reason. You know, she doesn't mention the reasons for her arrest at all. She doesn't mention what she confessed to police, what they claim in the document she confessed, creating these horrible videos. She's crying, saying her faith is strong, but she's talking about this has stripped me of my humanity. Not, oh dear God, how sorry I am. Of course she won't say this on the phone call, I get it. But the attitude isn't there necessarily all the time of how she may have tried to strip others of their humanity. How these defenseless children ended up in these Snapchat videos. They didn't want that out. I mean, they don't know. They're too young to even know what the heck is happening. The one little girl was like, done. Obviously, she knew enough to say the word done. Anyway, there's a weird point where Molly's crying. She does say she's sorry, but then she puts herself in the role of victim again. She's telling her boyfriend, it's like waiting for a witch trial. I'm like a witch trial, because oftentimes the witches were the most intelligent, beautiful, and her boyfriend's like, yeah, you are intelligent and beautiful. I mean, it's just over the top.
Gosh, well, we're gonna keep faith, and we're gonna believe, and we're just going to pray, and we're gonna wait for the best things.
I feel like I'm like, witch. I'm like a witch. Witch trial.
A witch trial?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Because oftentimes the witches were like the most intelligent, beautiful, like good
you are
woman.
intelligent and you are beautiful.
Like they were.
It's true.
Over the top. But she tells, her boyfriend when their first call, to me it sounds like, which is one of the last calls I published, maybe they were, I don't know, out of order the way I sorted them. She's like, you are my person. She wants him to know, and he's like, what do you want me to tell your parents? Maybe she doesn't know if he'll forgive her or whatever. But Molly's like, I want you to tell my parents I'm not online anymore. So obviously she's alluding to, look, I'm not doing this stuff anymore. So whether who knew what is, yet to say. I like to assume no one knew what Molly was doing except the people she was, sending these videos to.
Hello?
Dylan?
Molly?
Dylan?
Yeah, it's me.
Dylan?
Molly.
Dylan?
I'm here.
Okay, this call is monitored and recorded. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry. I won't say anything.
Okay, I've been trying to call you for days. I don't know why it hasn't worked. I got scared.
Yeah, I tried to take your calls earlier today, but it just didn't go through.
I got scared that you maybe just were done with me for good, and I talked to my dad earlier, and he said that you were at their house, and that you've been praying for me, and that you love me, and that you know I love you.
She wants to dedicate her life to her boyfriend and the Lord. She asks about their bunnies a lot. And then at one point she's like, ladies, I'm talking to the love of my life. And then, someone's trying to give her a blanket. It looks like I'm going to have bail. She should be grateful she got that and has so much support. And someone's trying to throw her a blanket. And she's like, I can't. You throw it at me. I'm not hanging up on my man.
Ladies, I appreciate you all. I'm talking to my boyfriend who's the love of my life. I'm sorry if it's annoying that I'm on the phone.
They all said it's fine. Should I talk as long as I can?
Okay. Well, is there anything I can do for you?
I want you to pray for me
I can do that.
harder than you ever prayed.
play
I can pray for you.
crime
It looks
audio.
like I'm gonna have a bail.
Oh, well, that'll be good. I'm sure I talked to your parents. They're very concerned, but in a healthy way. So
They want to
if
help.
you have a bail, they want to help you.
They want to help.
What?
Hold on, I have a blanket. I can't.
I'm not hanging up on my man. You can throw it at me. They're trying to hand me a blanket now, and I can't just leave the phone.
Sorry, babe, we're just...
They're very mean here. It's very mean.
I'm so sorry.
Okay,
Well,
can I have it here? Never mind, I just won't get a blanket.
babe, get your blanket.
I don't want
it's
to
okay.
take it up. Hold on, honey.
Just cooperate. Love, it's gonna go better. Yeah.
I'm going to get a Bible, and I'm going to pray all night.
Okay.
I'm
I'll
sorry.
sincerely pray.
I'm
But-
sorry. I haven't been a good girlfriend, and I want to be a better girlfriend. I love you so much. All I've been able to think about is getting out of here so I can be with you. And I'm glad my parents are concerned.
Yeah. Well, so if there is a bail, I'm sure they'll pay and get you out. You don't think you have
That's
to
what
worry
they told
about
me
that.
on the card right here, that there would be, but I won't know till tomorrow.
She does apologize for not being a good girlfriend. At one point, her boyfriend asks, like, am I your one phone call? And she just says yes. And obviously that's not true because there's 35 more calls after that. Finally, Molly's complaining. When I get to the last call I've published, which I don't know where it fits in the continuum, but I call it call number 36, Molly has the nerve to call that jail barbaric, horrendous, and evil and malicious. What they have done to me, straight up evil and corrupt. Now, granted, I know what happens to, people call them whatever, PDF files, and, again, no one's convicted yet, so I can't call her that. People who treat children not so kindly, they don't necessarily have a good stint in jail, from what I hear. So maybe that's why Molly's getting some of this treatment. Maybe some people know her charges. I don't know. Molly starts speaking in the third person. This is not a livable place for Molly. I'll survive till tomorrow, but this is not somewhere Molly can stay for several months. Another part, she started talking about Molly. Molly belongs in heaven. I don't know, she kind of has a high opinion of herself.
Welcome to the best. Molly belongs in heaven, not here.
Yeah.
A lot of things she's like, in God's name, like she's trying to force it just because now she's getting all into God. She starts talking her baby talk again. She wants her nails done.
I like my nails done, really. I need my nails done. They're really bad.
Yeah. But well, I'm sure I've been able to take care of it all while you've been in there.
No. Some of them are broken and some of them are still long.
You can go listen to all the rest of the calls if you so desire. So now, after all those calls happened, 36 calls, whew, that's a lot for about 9 days. She served about, 9 or 10 days in Cuyahoga County. Her original booking date was March 27th. But it sounds like she did not stay free for long. I mean, this is why I'm trying to seek out all this body cam video, transport videos. Because that same day, April 4th, now I believe that's the day she would have gotten out of Cuyahoga County. It says she was released to the U.S. Marshals, but it shows she was transferred to Medina County Jail in Ohio. I mean, I don't know if she thought she was going under house arrest. I know certain cases where it's like they will get released and then another county might pick them up on separate charges. Yep, I went back through my email and realized that is what happened. Her case was dismissed without prejudice on April 4th, and then a similar prosecution was initiated the same day in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Ohio. So that's why she got out and got picked up. But she was supposed to have an April 9th hearing. It got pushed back to April 11th. I remember I was requesting to film her, but I don't think that hearing ever happened. So on April 11th, 2025, that's when I created my Nasty Nanny first video about Molly. That I couldn't believe it. Once I heard the news and started reading about her, I'm like, oh my goodness. And especially once I read that affidavit, April 11th, I created that video, and I didn't even go into details. You can't even really read the affidavit here on YouTube. It's horrible. So only 6 days later, that affidavit was sealed, which I was like, whoa, because while I was reading it, I was like, whoa, they have the actual Snapchat usernames of people in here and, or, certain fake names, I'm sure. But I was like, whoa, I hope all these people who should be arrested are. I'm not saying everyone mentioned in that affidavit should be arrested. Molly could have sent some crazy videos to people who did not request them, did not want them, and just deleted them. So, but a few days later, either on May 1st or May 2nd, an indictment was filed. So a grand jury indicted Molly. So even though there's this 1.2 in a jail call, she gets mad at her mom. She's like, okay, her mom is trying to say, Molly, okay, there could be some peaks and valleys. We're going to get through this. And Molly's just like, no, the worst is over. No, it's never going to be worse than this. No, that's literally the way she talks to her mom. It's very strange.
My niece. But there are going to be some very heavy restrictions upon your release.
I know.
That fall on your dad and I, and you.
I know.
Plunder.
Okay.
You keep telling me this.
Okay, Molly. I'm a mom.
Okay, but you don't need to keep telling me this.
Okay.
I just went through this.
I know, sweetie.
You don't need to keep telling me this.
Okay. Listen, Molly. We'll just back up a little bit. You're dealing with a lot right now, and we're feeling it too. So I love you, sweetheart.
I love you too.
Okay, I love you very much. So there's something.
Okay, we're through the toughest part now.
I'm just feeling a little nervous.
But we're through the toughest part now.
We are. It's going to be peaks and valleys, honey. And that's
No, we're through the toughest part now.
Okay.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not ever going to be this hard again.
Okay. That life just in general, it's peaks and valleys.
No, it's not ever going to be like this again.
Okay.
So she was indicted. I don't know if she was in Medina County Jail at that point. I've been going through all the documents. It's kind of hard. She's been moved around. May 12th, 2025, there was an arraignment as to defendant Molly held. And of course, the reading of the indictment was waived. I'm sure it was, because they never want to hear those charges read aloud. But a plea of not guilty was entered. And so Molly was remanded to the custody of the U.S. Marshals. And then some kind of protective order as to Molly was issued on May 23rd. I don't know why. And then I was shocked to see this. July 14th, a notice of insanity defense by Molly Elisabeth Duncan. So she's going for the not guilty by reason of insanity defense. And I was asking this one person, do you think it'll work? And they wrote, probably about as well as it worked for Letitia Stout. And it didn't work well for Letitia out in Colorado. Now, granted, that was a different case. Evil stepmom. Her stepson, Gannon Stout, was his life was taken horribly at her hands. Now, we're not talking about this with Molly, but it's horrific nonetheless. Children involved. Now, on July 18th, 2025, Judge Pamela Barker, U.S. District Judge Pamela Barker, ordered Molly to be evaluated because she's putting forth that insanity defense. So when stuff happens like that, I know it can take a long time to be evaluated. So what's this, July, August, September? It's just, it's only been a few months, not even. This happened July 18th. So I don't know when Molly's next update will be. But Molly was transferred, I see, from Medina County Jail to Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Office. She was booked again on July 24th. So it looks like she went back. But it also says she was booked by Mahoning County Sheriff's Office in Youngstown. So that's why I requested her Mahoning County jail file. So I don't know if she was just quickly went from Medina to Cuyahoga and then off to Mahoning. Maybe she didn't stay in Cuyahoga anymore, because I didn't hear any phone calls that seemed to happen later. Because in some of these phone calls you'll hear, her mom say it's almost Easter. So clues like that gave me a hint. Okay, it's not even Easter yet. It's still in April, that initial time she was in Cuyahoga. I haven't gotten any additional phone calls that are like, it's not Molly saying, I'm back in this dreaded place, Mom. Now listen to this. Thanks to ChatGPT and another person commenting on one of the calls, I learned about this guy. That same day, July 24th, Molly's being transferred over to Mahoning County. A man named Alec Hegge, H-E-G-G-E, I guess it's Hegge or Hegge, on July 24th, 4:11 p.m., he was arrested for possession of, I'll just call it CSAM, and the stuff he admits to. I might try and just throw it on the screen a little bit, so as not to anger YouTube. He was arrested in Indiana for some horrible things, and his case is linked to Molly's. Now, that happened in Hamilton County. Metro Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force got this 31-year-old Alec. Now it says Alec, and I'm thinking, was this the mysterious Alex Parker potentially mentioned in Molly's arrest affidavit? The clue that we have, he was related to Molly in terms of this crime. It's horrible. This guy, Alec, 31, he actually worked with autistic children in Indiana. He was there for almost 2 years. Now, he's no longer an employee. It says an investigation started on March 27th, so same time as, Molly's arrest, when detectives in Ohio received a cyber tip about a woman sending files of kids' material via Snapchat to Hegge, Alec. The woman, referred to as Duncan in a probable cause affidavit, admitted to police she made the stuff. So she did admitted the videos of 2 children in her care as a nanny, and she admitted to other abuse. So officers notified the children's families. Due to their ages, victims couldn't be interviewed. Again, I think that was part of her whole process, potentially knowing these kids can't talk. Months of investigation. I'm so glad they found him. They tracked down Alec after months of investigation, and he was taken into custody. It took them, a couple of months longer. Molly was arrested, March 27th. That began the investigation into Alec. I believe that's why, of course, they sealed the arrest affidavit, and I had created that video April 11th. I was like, well, this is public record. They didn't, redact that. It would have been a fake name anyway, but they didn't redact some of the Snapchat handles. I thought maybe they found everyone, but they had just started investigating him. Thank God they found him. Molly went in March 27th. So he's April, May, June, July. It took them 4 months, July 24th, to find Alec. And he did acknowledge his relationship with the nanny on social media. He confessed that he was the one directing and requesting Molly to do certain things. And he paid, here we go, for those videos using Cash App and PayPal. So whether she wanted to do this or not, of course she should have never been talking to whoever this dude is, wherever she met him. She should have never done those things he suggested. She should have never accepted money for it. And that's why part of me is like, was she just money hungry? She just didn't care. And if you go on to read the other admissions that Alec has made, It's disturbing. They went on his phone, they found 140 files of bad stuff. Alex said he would save them onto different apps, but never directly to his phone. So I wonder where he saved them. Remember how Chris Watts and his mistress, they were using that calculator app? Now, even though Alec worked as a RBT, a registered behavioral technician over there in Indiana, he said he never hurt his patients because there were too many safeguards in place. I really hope that's true. But the stuff he does admit to, I mean, he's facing 5 charges. And he's still listed as an inmate at the Madison County Jail. I've, requested his records too. So now we see who that mysterious, potentially Alec Parker was. I think that was really him. And Molly's going for this insanity defense. So now that was July 24th. Now, ironically, Molly arrived at the Mahoning County Jail on July 25th, the very next day. I don't know if Alec's arrest somehow impacted Molly's move or what they do with people like this. Do they move them to try and keep them safe? Maybe there were incidents that happened. I don't know. But I got info from Mahoning County. Molly did refuse her dinner on July 26th. She probably doesn't like the food there. She was placed on a certain type of watch, you know what I mean. And the notes say that inmate Duncan Molly, this was about, what time was this? This was about 9:45 p.m., stated to this nurse Oates that she was passively self-harming, I'll say. Thinking about it, maybe? I don't know. Now, Molly does allude to that often in the jail calls, but I don't know if it's a ploy to get, her boyfriend and her parents really concerned about her. And I don't even know if this is her boyfriend anymore, by the way. He might have had an idea like, Molly thinks she's getting out and gonna go live with her parents, which she didn't even want to go live at their house. But she thinks she's getting out and all this will be what, like free bird or something? But no, she's still locked up.
Trying so hard to be brave.
I know you are, Molly.
It's so hard. It's so hard in here. Oh my God, it's so hard in here. I don't belong in here.
No, Molly, you don't.
None of the women here in this specific room I feel belong in here because they're all mentally ill. They're all mentally ill, but especially not me.
You have mental health diagnoses.
Yeah, they're all mentally ill.
So when I'm letting you know, RJ is collecting information.
Honey.
Is there anything you'd like to add, baby?
Lord, I pray that I may swiftly be delivered from this evil facility and right back into Dylan's loving arms and my parents' loving arms. And I pray that you may let them know just how much I love them. Please let them know how sorry I am. Blot out my transgressions and sins. Let them know. God, I am sorry for them of my life, of my sins, of my whole entire life. I am sorry for them, Lord. And I wish to be a righteous, good, loving, peace-centered child of yours, God. To do that, God is calling me to be a good wife to you and a mother of your children. And to do that, I need to stay strong.
Those notes were in her files for Mahoning County. Inmate was escorted by this nurse to medical. She was placed in a certain gown. She would have checks every 10 minutes, nothing further to report. Now it says on July 29th, 2025, it says she was turned over to the U.S. Marshals Service. Somewhere in all these notes, it says Molly was being held for Geauga County. I contacted them, but they said they don't have any record of this woman. That's what the sheriff's office said. But Mahoning County Sheriff's Office in Youngstown, Ohio did send me the 22-page jail file, and that one was dated July 29th. So they've moved her all around, and I don't know where Molly is now, maybe which is for the best. She had certain upcoming pre-trial and trial dates on the books, but they have been canceled. Makes sense because it takes time to get this evaluation. Remember how long it took for Letitia Stout in Colorado to get evaluated? You know, she was running her game. She was pretending to speak all these languages, and then this expert testified at her trial. So this could take years, but we will see what happens next. So what exactly is not guilty by reason of insanity? A person is not guilty by reason of insanity relative to charges or offense only if the person proves by a preponderance of the evidence in the manner specified by this law in the revised code that at the time of the commission of their offense, the person did not know, as a result of a severe mental disease or defect, the wrongfulness of the person's acts. That's according to the Supreme Court, Ohio Supreme Court. You know, I have the links below to everything. So let's talk about whether we think Molly will get through with this defense. First, I want to read 2 Kings 19:19. Now, Lord our God, deliver us from his hand, so that all the kingdoms of the earth may know that you alone are Lord our God. God is good. I pray for Molly's family. I pray, thank God for delivering those children. I'm so grateful that she wasn't just able to pull the wool over so many people's eyes, and I'm grateful she wasn't, able to work as a nanny for years and do this to children. I don't know when she began the nanny work. There's only so much information we have. But, some people see a cute little pretty blonde 20-something. They might automatically ascribe certain factors to her. Like, oh, yeah, she's sweet and innocent. She'll be great with the kids. But when you read her arrest affidavit, the stuff she's saying, like, I just want to be taken care of. I just want to be effed and all this stuff. And then it transitions to a place where it really shouldn't. So we know this Alex guy was out of Indiana. Did they ever catch the Colorado guy that Molly was telling somebody was like her dominant, I guess? Dom, this guy who her and him are so alike and they plan to have kids. And, her boyfriend that she talks to on the jail calls, of course, he could have been none the wiser. He might have had no idea. He could have been just off working, supporting Molly. And she's up here talking to these guys, and who would believe it? It's like if you've ever been a nanny or a babysitter, I've hired nannies I trust before. Thank God they were very kind women. I tried to do my best due diligence. They had cleared KinderCare's process of hiring, and I was like, you try and do the best, and thank God they were wonderful women. They weren't like Molly. And I didn't do it often, too. It was just like, okay, here and there. Oh, my goodness. But again, this is where whatever the legalities of keeping, video nanny cams around your house, I recommend that. Whatever meets the rules of your state. Background checking any nanny who wants to, take care of your kids. But Molly was saying all this stuff, like this Alex guy, thank God they got him. Did they ever get the Colorado guy? I don't know. I have to dig deeper. Were those the only two guys she was talking to? Or was she like sending videos to many other people, like seeing who would bite? Or who even knows how you find these people? I don't even want to know, but thank God the cops found them. Thank God they've admitted to what they've admitted to. Now, in terms of Molly's insanity defense, what will a jury decide? What experts will testify? Some might claim she is insane. Some might claim she's not. What she has, I would say, going in her favor of this defense is she talks a lot about all the medications she takes. She talks about previously being in a mental health ward. You can tell her mood is all over the place. Maybe it's not feigned. That's just the way she is. Who knows? There are a few things where maybe some jurors might say, yeah, she is insane. However, there are a lot of things that could cause a jury to just find her straight up guilty, which could be her self-centeredness. She surely knows she doesn't like that jail. She wants to get out of there. She wants her food. She wants her accoutrements, her chiropractor, her fishy meal, her nails done, her shampoo, conditioner, her waxing. Oh, I need to be waxed. All these things. I was like, who's paying for all that? Was it the children paying for all that? Ugh. Cash App and PayPal's, and how much money was she sent? That's why I'm so fascinated with this case. Once I saw it come over my email from, I think it was, one of the government updates you get, craziness. her knowing right from wrong, by her talking about all these disgusting things she planned when she would birth her own children one day, I think potentially that could go against her. By her even admitting that she created those videos. That's out and out a confession. So I think there are things, and of course I only am scratching the surface here because we don't have even more evidence of, I don't know, Molly's upbringing or what she's been through or how this even started necessarily or when it started, why it started. Whew, those parents will probably never trust another nanny again. But by her saying, no, I don't want to go live with my parents, or, expecting all these things from her parents, or saying how sorry she is. She does break down in certain calls, like, I'm sorry. Going forward, I'm going to be the best girlfriend ever. I'm going to be the best daughter ever. Asking God for forgiveness, asking for the prayers. There is a consciousness of guilt. Phone calls a lot of times do people in. They know, they say it over the phone, like, this is being recorded, so don't say anything, whatever. And they are pretty careful about not talking about her case at all. She doesn't mention being a nanny at all. But she could do herself in by really realizing she apologized so much. She expected her boyfriend to leave her, and she was like, there was one point where he couldn't get through for a while on one of the calls, and she was like, she was so relieved to get through to him because she thought he had given up on her, which of course some, inmates, their family, their boyfriends, their friends, whomever, they give up on them. So she knew that's consciousness of guilt. Oh, I thought you left me, or tell so-and-so I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm a bad daughter. And then she changes it to, throughout my whole life. She does not get specific about harming children per se, but she's put a lot in writing just by even sending those videos or messages or talking about the guy in Colorado she met. I think just by virtue of her likely hiding these activities from everyone, from her talking about, who knows what's going on? Her talking to her boyfriend, like, wait, does your mom know what's going on? Tell her I love her. And just all these things, it's like trying to make up for what she did. And that would potentially, most likely, more than anything, convince me as a juror, Molly does know right from wrong. This not guilty by reason of insanity probably won't fly. But I see why they went with it, because she had already confessed to creating the video. So where do you go from there? If you're going to plead not guilty, what other reason? Insanity. And she's been in a mental health ward before. She's on a bunch of medications. She has this wild personality up and down. I don't know. God's will be done. Who am I to say if it won't fly? I've seen stranger things happen in cases, so I can't say. So anyway, that's the case of Molly Duncan. The manipulative Molly Duncan is what I'm calling her. If you feel like going on that journey and listening to all of these infuriating calls to hear her switch from a baby to a biatch, basically, I couldn't believe the way she talked about, but I don't want to go home to my parents. I don't want to. I cannot live with them. Going from, oh, honey, I'm starving to, my mom and dad get all this money for me and this great lawyer and they get me bail. I don't even know if she was really out 12 hours because it's hard to see. It seems like she just got transported from one jail to another based on this evidence, based on the court records. And maybe that's what it needed to be. Maybe she was a flight risk or something. If she would have gotten out, who knows how much money Molly really had stored up anywhere from all these Cash Apps and PayPals, and I hope they catch everyone. You see these rings being busted up, and a lot of times you'll see, of course, a lot of men, but it's so disheartening to see this young woman posing as a nanny. That's what I'll say, basically posing as this caring nanny, but then heeding these evil instructions from the one Alec guy and sending him stuff. Who was the first guy she did that? Was he the first guy? And did she say, oh, maybe I can make a lot of money doing this, sending these to people and thinking no one would find out? Oh, it horrifies me. And yet and still, I still do, despite all of this, I still pray for Molly, for her family. When people get so-called jailhouse religion, I don't want it to be that. I want it to be real. I want people to truly be contrite and repentant. We all fall short of the glory of God. So I'm not giving her a pass, and I'm not looking down on her. I'm just saying I hope she turns her life around, because she could serve a lot of years. I forget, I looked it up. I forget how many years she's facing. She could face quite a bit of years, if memory serves. I forget, I'd have to look for how many years she's facing, but she could be facing quite a bit of years. So many years that even though she's 25 now, let's see if she's facing 30 years. Okay, 30 years later, if she served that much time, if she got out as a 55-year-old, could she still have a baby? Well, that might be kind of almost impossible. Stars do that IVF stuff, and other people too, of course. Maybe. That's why you want people literally rehabilitated, because who knows if she's found guilty, if she serves any time. What if she doesn't serve much time? What if she served 10 years and she got out around 35 and she still had children? You don't want her to have these same horrible plans that she described in the arrest affidavit. You want her to literally be changed by Christ from the inside out, and to really understand what she did, how she hurt people, and to really change and never do that again. Whether it takes, different medications and that's one thing people don't like, is people equating certain psychological conditions with evil, certain neurotypical conditions with evil. That's another reason this insanity defense might not fly. At one point, her mother talks about, is that your bipolar meds? And she says, that's my mood stabilizer. But, anyone, and I don't even think, do they call it bipolar disorder anymore, or anyone who suffers from anything that's neurotypical or whatever kind of condition, people don't like it when they equate that or say, oh, that's the reason they committed this crime. There are plenty of people out there dealing with a variety of mental health conditions that don't do this. They understand right from wrong, and they do not do this. So that's a lot to say about Molly, but that's just how much I've been listening to her. So before I go back to, the Koberger case file readings and any other cases, there's a lot going on. This Lake and Ashley Snelling with the baby. There's so much going on that I just want to create as much as I can. And I plan this to only be like 20 minutes, but there you go. Now you've had an update on Molly Duncan. I will stick with her case. It might take a while before we get updates, but we will see, and maybe we will get a trial to watch. Molly would be fascinating to watch. Anyway, thank God for protecting the children and all the victims. Take care.